Hi teachers, it's Patty Barfield, and I'm going to talk to you today about some of the websites I'm going to be sharing with students in the coming up lessons about plagiarism, copyright, right to privacy, challenges to library materials, and internet ethics. And then some of these resources that I'm going to share with the students, I'm not using the whole resource, so they can then become a resource for you as well. So this row right up here, these are the sites that I will be sharing with students. And then down here, I'm going to show you some other sites that you can use to help you better plan lessons, better plan what to tell students on some of these very, very important issues. So the first link I'm going to share with students actually would not let me Symbaloo link because it's a Vimeo, and evidently Symbaloo and Vimeo Vimeo don't get along. This is a short little 2.5-minute video about plagiarism. And so I'll play just a smidgen. I don't think you can hear it, but it goes through and it puts in kid-friendly terms and what plagiarism is and how you can prevent plagiarizing. All right, so that's the first thing we're going to begin with plagiarism. Now this site that I'm going to show you now, this site is fantastic. It's called the Media Specialist Guide. It's a blog. And I'm actually not going to be using this whole site. So if you come down a little bit, this is going to be talking about copyright specifically. And here we have some other websites that you can use. Any of these, some of these have grade levels beside it, and so you can click on, this one doesn't want to do that. Click on how to go to some of these lessons, where you are, what you're teaching, and then it will bring up some lessons like Library of Congress. Great, reliable resource. What I'm going to be showing the students about copyright is this video right down here. It's kind of an annoying little video, but the point of it is the little guy here videos someone's copyrighted material and puts it on YouTube as his own. And so once students understand that, because I think that's something they can all relate to, they all love to watch YouTube, it'll open the discussion on what else can you not do because it's protected under copyright. You can't take someone's word for word on the web on World Book Online and copy and paste it into a PowerPoint presentation and pretend like it's your own work. So I'm hoping this little video, as silly as it is, will open up discussion there. But a good site for you to use as well. Now this site here is going to be talking about right to privacy. I want kids to understand why this is important. So this is kind of a wordy website, but I want to go through and hit the hot spots on what the main points are, and then we're going to be making posters to make it a little bit more in their own words and so they can understand online privacy. Here I have a Phineas and Ferb little video, very short, again, just 1-minute video, about the rules of cyberspace. So this is also going to go along with internet ethics, privacy, how is it appropriate to behave while you're on the internet. And then this is the last resource I'm going to share with kids. This is internet safety. So very important for them to be smart on the internet. And then SMART is an acronym for safe, meeting, accepting, reliable, and tell someone if something is making you feel uncomfortable or you are worried about something or there are bullies online that you are witnessing. So those are some of the websites I will be those are the websites I'll be sharing with students. Now when we come down here, these are going to be some good resources for you as a teacher. commonsense.org. What a great resource. you can come down here and look through a lot of different options. Information literacy, internet safety. What is your digital footprint and how does that reputation follow you? And even cyberbullying and digital drama. So this is a resource I wanted to share with you. And then the next three are from the American Library Association. If you're confused on what some of the things might be, or you're trying to communicate this to students and or parents, these are some good background knowledge for you to have. What is this information? Where does it come from? So there is a Library Bill of Rights, and that's included here on your resources. This is Libraries as Creatures of Copyright, Why Librarians Care About Intellectual Property Law and Policy. So when your students are working on, let's say, like I mentioned before, a PowerPoint presentation, and they need to get some research from Britannica, from our databases, and then you want them to write down facts. But if they are going through and they are copying and pasting and not citing the source, they're not fully understanding the research process. So that needs to be taught from the very beginning, as well as how to do all of that, copying and pasting and changing things, paraphrasing, the difference between plagiarism and paraphrasing. So this is a great resource for you on why this is so important. You may think, well, they're little, it's not that big of a deal. It actually is. And we need to make sure that they're learning the right way all the way through. Set that bar high and make sure they're giving credit where credit is due. And our last resource is interpretations of the Library Bill of Rights. So we had our Library Bill of Rights right back here. And then it's always nice to have an interpretation where everyone is actually on the same page. So non-print materials, services, digital information, library resources, and challenged resources. This is something that I don't have a website for to share with the kids, but I am going to be talking to the students about how they go about challenging library materials, and I want you to be aware of that as well as parents, because you can't come in and just say, I found this offensive, take it off the shelf. We do have a policy in place, and the first step is that they need to notify the librarian and then ask for the review request form, and that will be given to them. It's quite a serious form, and then a committee will be formed. And once we look at the reasonings why, if the student or parent has even looked through the whole book, then we'll be able to make a decision, and then we will notify the person who brought the request forward whether, yes, the book will or materials will be removed from the library, or no, they will not, because it may be offensive to you, but it is something that other children have the right to look at and the right to read and the right to see. So we can't make those decisions for everyone and allow students to take anything off the shelf that remotely offends them. So we support those amendment rights to learn and to be in an unbiased and safe environment where students feel very comfortable learning about all types of things. So this website here, the interpretation, is something that I would really love for you to take a look at, so you're familiar with it as well as I. So if a parent does come or there is an issue, you understand just where we're coming from in the library. So I will be giving you a link to the Symbaloo, so you will be able to have these resources here at your fingertips. I appreciate your time. I'm glad I was able to keep this under 10 minutes, but if there is anything you need clarification on, or questions or concerns or ideas on how we can work together to create the lessons for some of these activities, some of these skills, then please come to me anytime. All right. Thank you so much for your time, guys. Have a great day.